Hi, John Colley here. In my online learning club group, Lorraine Arams asked me a question. I said I'd do a Q&A and ask me anything. And she said, well, what are the first 7 things to do to promote your course? So here are some thoughts. And I want to tie this in as well with some thoughts about the new Udemy pricing and how that might work going forward. So the first thing, let's focus on how we should be positioning our courses, I think, going forward. And I'm sure my view will evolve and change over time, but this is my latest thinking. I think what Udemy are looking for now, and they seem to be rewarding new courses and short, sharp courses. So rather than make a 20-hour course, why not make 10 2-hour courses, because Udemy can sell a lot more of them. So I think the strategy going forward is not to be continually updating and extending your old courses, but be creating new clusters of courses around topics which are doing well for you, and which you can aim at a sort of $20, $25 sale point, bearing in mind the new discounts. Now, one of the main things that Udemy are stressing, because they've put in this review system where students can give you a rating and review very early on, is make sure you put your good content right up front, or at least a couple of really heavy-hitting, fast-win videos right at the front, so that students are really drawn into the course, feel they're getting some great value, and they crack on with that. And you want to be producing courses that Udemy will want to promote, because one of the best ways for you to make money off your course before you do any promotion is to get Udemy to be promoting too. And whether that's them putting them in their promotions on their platform, or whether they're marketing them off the platform, or whether they're just giving you a good high organic ranking, you want to be doing all the things that Udemy are telling you to do to make sure that you do as well as you can. Now, I think my current courses I'm going to price at either $20 or $50, bearing in mind the 50% discount. So the $20 courses I can still offer out with coupons at $10, but with the $50 courses, I'm going to be able to up my price point for some of my bigger, higher value courses and still get maybe $25 a shot. So that's where my thinking is on those at the moment. When you launch a course, maybe the thinking would be to start and launch it at $20 and say after the first week the price is going up to $25, and wherever you want to end it up, make it clear that you're going to be progressively increasing the price of the course over the few weeks that it's first coming out, and that may develop into a little bit of an incentive for people to buy the course then and there. One of the things that has been working really well for Jerry Banfield has been doing courses as joint ventures, and therefore being able to cross-sell into 2 sets of students. You need to make sure that you actually produce a fair amount of the content for that course. It's not good enough just to stick your name on it, but if you do that, then it's a way to cross-sell to 2 sets of students. Make sure the other instructor's got a good pack of students equal to your own as well. So, what are the 7 things you need to do to promote a course? Well, the first thing is to promote to your existing students. That is by far and away the best-selling strategy on Udemy, and therefore it's worth building up this student body. I think I've got 28,000 unique students now, because they're a great source of business to cross-sell. And when you're deciding which courses to make next, have a look and see which topics are doing best for you. So I've got a public speaking course, but it's only got 600 students in it. But my Udemy related courses have got tens of thousands. So hey, guess where I'm going to be positioning my next course? I think it speaks for itself. Make sure you build your own list and start to sell to that list and get them used to getting offers from you, because they are going to be people who know, like, and trust you. Now, that does mean to say you're going to have to spend some time with your autoresponder system, and you're going to have to build up a continual drip of autoresponder messages so that you keep in touch with your people on your list, so that when you do come up with an offer, it won't be a complete shock. And this has not been something I've been terribly good at to date, but I'm working really hard in ActiveCampaign to improve that at the moment. The next place I would look is Facebook. Now, I don't think there's much point in just sticking offers out on your own page, on your own, your profile, but building up a Facebook group and building up a Facebook page with lots of followers on is something I'm actively doing. And although actually on my Facebook group I discourage direct course promotions because I don't want to turn it into just another Udemy course promotion slot. I want to have higher value in there. But I can also encourage these people to come across to my Facebook page and like that, and then they'll know what to expect on the Facebook page, and that's something I'm certainly looking at doing. Of course, there are places and groups where you can promote your courses on Facebook. My experience has been that unless the prices have been $5 or below, they really don't convert terribly well. So, I don't quite know how that's going to pan out with the new pricing structure where the minimum price is effectively going to be $10. On Twitter, I do think it's worth building up systematically 1 or 2 accounts where you make it very clear it's more of a broadcast account than an interaction account, and where you can promote stuff on a fairly organized and semi-automated basis. And you need to build campaigns. I use Hootsuite, and I'm also now using Mav Social. Build campaigns which you can then put out on a regular basis, although leave some gaps between them, so that it becomes a semi-automated promotional process. Of course, make use of your blog if you have one. If you haven't, you really should consider starting one. You can create a blog post or a series of blog posts. And don't forget, you need to go through the mental process with your reader of setting out the problem, agitating, and then providing a solution, so that they go through a sort of mental sales process. The other way of doing that, of course, is to use the AIDA formula: attention, interest, desire, and action. And of course, you can take these blog posts and you can repurpose them in LinkedIn without any worries about duplicate content. Although, again, my experience of LinkedIn is that it's not a great place to sell courses. YouTube is incredibly important. Video marketing is becoming more and more important. This video I'm going to put up on YouTube when I've made it, because I think it'll be a great source of traffic to get back to my courses. Definitely share your promotional video, definitely share your introductory video, definitely share any free videos that you're offering. That's all within the Udemy terms and conditions. And then put links back to your courses right at the top of the descriptions with the coupon code that you want to attract traffic for. Maybe you put it through a some sort of link shortener so you can monitor, see how many conversions you get from that. Of course, any sales you'll be able to measure through the coupon. But then also look at syndicating that video to other video sites as well and start to build up a presence around that. One thing I would strongly urge you to do, and this is something I'm now definitely been working on and will put in place, is to build a proper sales funnel that you can then drive traffic to the top of, which will then sell your course for you. And I put out a little video on the essential components of a sales funnel. But once you've built it, all you really need to do is keep on trying to drive people into the top of it, and then hopefully you'll get conversions through that. And then, of course, when they come out the bottom of the list, you can then put them into a nurture sequence and then use them to cross-sell other things in the due course of time once they've had a few nurturing videos from you. Consider putting a copy of your course on Teachable or Thinkific and selling it yourself, because this way you get the email addresses yourself. If you are going to sell straight into Udemy, considering having a page on your website where you can get people to click on a course image, then pick up a little landing page where they have to sign in exchange for the coupon code, and then have that take them to Udemy. A few extra steps, you might lose some sales because of that, but at least you capture the email address going in. Now, don't, in my opinion, anymore waste time with masses and masses of free coupons. I just don't think they convert particularly well. So that's something which I'm not going to be doing. I'm certainly not going to be putting anything out on the Best Black Hat forum in terms of free coupons, because it just fills your courses up with freebie loaders, most of whom won't take your course. And what Udemy is making it very clear is they want to see active engagement and students liking and taking the courses. So the whole free coupon strategy, I think, has gone out the window. So those are my thoughts. It's now the mid to late March 2016. Those are some of the thoughts about what you can do to promote your video when you first bring it out, your course when you first bring it out. And I also want you to start thinking about how these major changes in Udemy are going to affect how you launch and position your course from the get-go. So I hope you found that really helpful, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon in another one of my videos.